Now, back at home, the Pearl Awards was created back in 1995 as the first and only independent and private sector initiative that examines the financials of listed companies and their trading statistics on the Nigerian exchange with a view to reward these companies for their performance in different categories. Now, the 2022 edition of the Capital Market Awards is due this weekend. So the President and CEO, Orekoya, joins me now to situate the Pearl Awards in the context of the market. We really appreciate you making it to the show tonight. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And congratulations ahead.
Let's just have that first.
Thank you. But first, I just want you to let's talk briefly about the journey so far for the Pearl Awards. You talk about 25 years.
Yes,
for kind of a mortality rate of things in this country, that looks like a long time.
Yes, indeed, a long time. 1995, indeed, it's 27 years this year. But due to COVID, I mean, we didn't have 2020 and 2021. So we're actually now having the 25th year edition this year. So way back 1995, we saw that there was a gap, in rewarding companies quoted on the exchange for actual performance based on verifiable indices. And that was what led to the birth of Pearl Awards. And of course, I must say Pearl itself is actually an acronym for performance, earnings, and returns leadership. So that was why and how these awards was born.
How has the awards contributed to the development of the capital market over the past 25 years? You're talking about rewarding companies for their performance. Why was that important?
Yeah, immensely. It has contributed because way back in the 90s, early 80s, the capital market, particularly the stock exchange, was seen as an elitist market. And so people hardly knew about what was happening there. So, but with the advent of Pearl Awards, it was possible for everybody to know that this market is actually for everybody. We created the awareness. Not just that, the objectives for which the awards was instituted included, having healthy competitiveness amongst companies quoted on the exchange. To a large extent, we have achieved this because companies looked forward to actually emerging as nominees and eventual winners of the awards.
The stock exchange is about facts and figures.
That's right.
So we're just talking about so many awards. So here you've got to crunch the numbers. That's what that means.
Exactly. That's the difference. That Pearl was brought to the scene. We were determined to be an award that was based on verifiable indices, facts and figures. Utilizing annual reports of companies as laid before the annual general meetings and the daily official lists of the stock exchange. Again, after 5 years that we introduced the Special Recognition Awards, including the issuing house of the Year Award, the Stockbroking Firm of the Year Award. So we saw the performance data reports from both the Securities and Exchange Commission as well as the Nigerian Stock Exchange, now Nigerian Exchange Limited. So Pearl Awards was determined to be different. It's not based on sentiments, but actually we crunch the figures to ensure that...
So your numbers is what determines whether you were scored.
Exactly.
It goes out to the numbers.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to understand the processes and that provides for integrity of an award of this nature, because you can hardly afford to be wrong with the numbers.
Yes, thank you, Bosin. I think first and foremost, the criteria is very clear. The methodology. For example, we have clearly defined indices, which includes turnover growth, earnings yield, returns on equity, net asset ratio, share price appreciation, dividend cover, dividend yield, amongst others, to actually determine the performance of these companies, both within their sectors as well as the market as a whole.
So these indices, you believe, go to the core of a company's performance. If you say you are a public company with shareholders, my money in that company.
Exactly. And one of the key achievements of the awards is that it has enhanced shareholders' wealth, because it is a barometer by which stakeholders measure the performance of these companies. And over the years, it's been very well established that, one, there is integrity, there's credibility, there's objectivity in the Pearl Awards. And we found out that when companies emerge as nominees and eventual winners, the share prices of companies take the upward trend. So again, I mean, these has enabled the awards, maintain, it's been consistent over the past almost 3 decades.
Another point when you talk about awards in this climb is to look at the Money Bag Awards by the board. Because then you need to go back to the integrity, not just of the numbers for the companies, but also for those who are superintending the awards itself. Yes. So I'm interested in the board, maybe the trustees and all that. Is it not just about politicians get together?
We have, right from inception, Pearl Awards have been peopled, the board of governors, by first-class professionals, including former Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mr. Wole Adetunji. Indeed, he is the chairman of the technical committee of the board. He is assisted as vice chairman by the renowned economist, Dr. Biodun Adedikpe. We have on our board tested and trusted professionals, including Femi Awuyemi, who just left the studios just now. He's a member of the board. He is the first
chairman of Proshare Nigeria.
Of Proshare. He is a member of our board. Prince Abimbola Olashore, who is the president of Association of Investment Advisors and Portfolio Managers. We have Chief Mrs. Nike Akonde, past Minister of Industries and past Chairman of President of LCCI. We have Chief Mrs. Eniola Fadayomi, past President, Institute of Directors. These are credible people that are time-tested, that are on the board of the awards. And so the integrity of the awards is assured, and of course, quoted companies look forward every year. Indeed, the 2 years we didn't have the awards, it's been a barrage of...
I was about to ask you that.
Questions, But again, Pearl Awards is back, and it's back with a bang, indeed.
Interesting, if you talk to me about the lineup of attendance for this year, and what should we be on the lookout for? Investors are interested in whatever can help bring more value and bring more disclosure and transparency to their companies in which they put in their hard-earned money.
Yeah, indeed. I must say that for this year, the chairman of occasion of the awards is Alhaji Aliko Dangote, who is the president and founder, Dangote Industries Limited. We have the minister, the Honorable Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed. She is a special guest of honor. We have the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Indeed, it is important and interesting to note that way back 2003, the Apex Regulatory Authority, the Securities and Exchange Commission, endorsed the Pearl Awards for our shared responsibility and commitment to developing the market.
So on the final note, it's not just about winning, but even getting nominated in the first place.
Yes, getting nominated. Getting nominated for Pearl Awards is big deal, and indeed,
winning is much bigger.
Winning, of course, is much better.
I'm going to be on the lookout this weekend. Thank you so much, Mr. Orekoya. We wish you all the best. You and your team at Pearl Awards Nigeria. Thank you so much. All the best. Tayo Orekoya, founder and president of Pearl Awards Nigeria.